Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Practical Diplomacy. You might remember in episode 12 of the first season, I told you to do everything possible to facilitate the success of your diplomatic duty. Even if it's not your job, even if it's something crazy, even if you need to bend some rules. That was about delegations, but obviously I stand by that principle concerning any diplomatic task. If you haven't seen that episode, go ahead and check it out. But many of you have, and I received this question: what was the most daring and rule-bending thing you did as a diplomat? Well, there was one case which was a bit more than bending the rules, so I can't tell you that. Sorry, maybe in 20 years or so. What I can say is that we had a ministerial delegation coming, and the authorities of the destination country failed to provide all the administrative requirements for the delegation members to enter the country. So I handled the issue in a creative but very much off the books way, so they could all enter without any problem. And that's all I'm going to say about that. But actually, it's not easy to find a whole lot of such situations. So it's not like you're a diplomat and you're going around breaking laws or something. Maybe when I was at a conference in Belarus, one of the last remaining communist dictatorships in the world. And in the evening, I met with my friends who were, by the way, young activists of the illegal democratic opposition. And of course, I was taking plenty of notes in my own language about all the political issues that we discussed. And then I was crossing the border into Poland with those papers. So we could say this was daring because of any possible Belarusian secret service activity. But I was not bending any rules there, nothing illegal in this one. There was one when a conference room was prepared for my delegation for a 20-minute meeting, and I went ahead there to make sure all is good. Both delegations were late, and the organizers wanted to give the room to the next ones who booked the next 20-minute time slot. So I called the protocol officer who was right by my minister, and she told me, hold the room. So I stood in the door, kindly informing the organizers that respectfully I cannot move from this door until my delegation is here. And that was so directly against all protocol. And the organizers were completely shocked. But finally the ministers came, they had the meeting. So in conclusion, I saved the ministerial meeting. And under the sudden pressure, the organizers actually quickly found a room for the next overlapping meeting too. So this was daring, yeah, but only bending diplomatic protocol rules. Well, technically, I smuggled 80 kilos of explosive chemicals from Thailand to Laos in the back of a diplomatic car, but that was because we donated a water purification container to Laos, and they did not have the necessary chemicals there for it to function, and the official paperwork would have taken ages, so I thought I'll just bring it over so the container can start cleaning water in those villages where the floods swept away the water infrastructure. I actually mentioned this story in another context in episode 3 of the first season. Okay, maybe a perfect example would be when I sent an official telefax to a certain country's border guard confirming that my citizen's temporary travel document is valid and correct, while I knew very well that it was not. But had I not done that, she would have been trapped at the end of the world with no money, no accommodation, no valid travel document, and no consular help nearby. So I did it. She was allowed to board the flight and she went home. And yes, it was clearly against the rules, but I would do this the same way tomorrow, the day after, if that could help a human being escape a terrible situation and get home safely. Or an even better example, I brought cigarettes into prison for my citizen in South America when I went to visit him as part of my consular duties. From earlier visits, I understood that cigarettes inside functioned as cash, but any kind of tobacco product was forbidden. So it had really high value. And I knew that my citizen was regularly bullied and who knows what else in that prison. So of course, I wanted to get him at least some good bargaining chips in the form of cigarettes. And knowing that my bag will be searched, but as a diplomat, my clothes won't, I got him a few packs. Yes, it was against the rules, but knowing the circumstances in that South American prison, I would do the same thing today or tomorrow. So, dear friends, that's what I can tell you about daring to bend the rules to achieve the diplomatic goal. Let me know in the comments if you have similar or different experiences. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to the channel if you've not done it yet. Have a great day. Keep promoting peace, and see you in the next episode.